all good people turn their heads each day, so satisfied I'm on my way.
Take a straight and stronger course to the corner of your life. Make the white queen run so fast, she hasn't got time to make you wife. 'Cause it's time with your time, and this news is captured. Use me anytime you want. Just remember that the goal is for us all to capture all we want. Yeah. Don't surround yourself with yourself.
Good morning. We're going to give it a few minutes for people to come in and get started on this info session. Thank you to folks who show up on time. Good morning, Marshall. So glad to see you here. We're just giving it a couple minutes for people to come in. Oh, you're on mute.
Good morning to you, and thank you for making the space for us.
Thank you. Luckily, I picked a Yes song, so that's like a long song, so that gives time for people to get in here. Hail progressive rock. Oh, it's a family event today. Just giving it a few minutes for people to come on in. Ovia. We're giving it a few minutes for people to come in, just listen to some music. Good morning, Hannah. Good morning, Molly. Good to see y'all here. Give it another couple minutes and then we'll get started. Hope everybody's doing well today. Thank you to our good friends at Yes for giving us some nice tunes this morning. This song kept coming up in my head about good people doing great work, and also has songs about chess. And it's kind of fitting, that we would have a song about good people moving around, expanding our experiences, and being strategic about it these times. So, welcome everybody. I'm so glad to see you here. I know everybody here. I think Chris Rude. I don't know if I know who that is, but welcome. And I am Ennis Carter. And oh, I see a few more people coming in. I'm going to let them in. And Emily, are you able to see people coming in too? Okay, great. Go ahead and let everybody in who, even if you don't know them. All right. So I think I know everybody here, but I'm Ennis Carter, and I'm the director of Social Impact Studios and the designer of our Public Image Works method. And I'm really excited to welcome you here for an info session about our public image workshop ReBoot and some new offerings that I am bringing forward. Many of you know we just celebrated and are celebrating all year long our 30th anniversary here at Social Impact Studios. And we had a whole pop-up exhibit going on for the whole month of July. So that being a time of reflection and retrospection, that gave me some new ways to think about what we're doing in the context of what's happening in the world. But I wanted to kind of bring forward a reboot of this workshop. And I want to thank Hannah for asking a lot about it. And that gave me some ideas to push it forward and bring it out. And the reason for that is because this time, all time is an important time for good people doing great work to be amplifying their work. But right now, and I don't want to use the old now more than ever line. What I'm going to say is right now, we are in an existential crisis. I'm going to say it in this country, in our communities, among our families, around the world. It's like, what is happening? And I can feel it. I can feel the challenges and the kind of frozen in a state of not so, I mean, it's definitely fear, but it's also that nothing good is happening. And I do want to say that our exhibit, where we popped up and we showed all this amazing work of people for the last 30 years and now beyond, good work is happening. And you are part of that. And I want to thank you for doing your good work, doing your great work, and for being here to just learn about what we do as part of that, because our connections to each other are how we're going to keep everything moving forward. So, all right. So I'm going to jump in. I think everybody knows us, Social Impact Studios. We are a creative hub for engaging people in culture so they will act on important social issues. We've been doing that for 30 years. And this is part of what we do, which is to make our approach to amplifying great work in the world easy, direct. It's not always like easy, but to make it clear and to give us ways to do it in a way that's easy. And so the Public Image Workshop has been developed as an actual program, which is now a 12-week walkthrough of our method, which is called Public Image Works. And it's a method that helps good people promote their great work, to get clear, but then to also amplify and advance. So today I'm going to walk through what we are doing with the ReBoot. Even if you've been through the program before, you may find that getting into it again is helpful for a variety of reasons. And we have some new offerings that might help you if you are farther along and you want to do it a little differently. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. My volume is as high as it has been able to go. Can Let me see if I can adjust that a little bit. I'm just now seeing the chat. And Emily, I don't pay attention to the chat during when I'm talking. So just ping me if I'm going to see what I can do. Let's see. And this is a great example. Audio settings. How's that? Is that better? Is that better for you guys? Yeah. Okay, great. Thanks for letting me know. Okay. So I want to bring this forward. So, like I said, this is a step-by-step walkthrough workshop of our public image works method. But I wanted to kind of bring forward what it's really good for and what it's not ideal for. Like not everybody needs to go through a workshop program like this. This is a very specific approach. And I wanted to bring that forward a little bit more, even for people who've been through it, even for people who know what we do. And this is really best for people and organizations that already have a formed idea that they want to promote. Now, that formed idea may not be activated yet. You may not even know exactly how you're going to do that formed idea. So, what I've been thinking about is that we really at Social Impact Studios and me in particular, is like helping people take a good idea. And I'm actually calling them goodness ideas right now because there's tons of good, quote unquote, good ideas about how to do something. Everybody can figure out how to build a better mousetrap. But is it goodness? Are we putting goodness back into the world? Because that is what our focus is at Social Impact Studios. And that's who we want to help. People that are thinking about, are we making things happier, healthier, more peaceful? Is it goodness? And of course, that's a broad definition, and we all can decide that for ourselves. But that is where it starts. So I want to talk about what I think, is an ideal goodness idea. It can be an entire business. So if you're trying to figure out what you do, how many people are still doing that? Me. What do you do? It can be an entire business or an organization. It can also be a program that you're starting or that you have been running and you want to amplify it differently. It can be something that you're starting from scratch. It can also be an add-on to your existing entity. So if you're an individual or if you're an organization and you're adding a campaign or a project or a product, or if you're an independent artist, a new piece of art or a new body of work, all of that is the starting point of a good idea. And it is very that is what public image works is really good for. What it is not ideal for is for identifying a new idea. In that case, you may have a better experience getting one-on-one action advising from me. So that's the new thing that I'm offering in this reboot and at this time is a very specific one-on-one focus called action advising. And action advising, I'll talk a little bit about how it works, but you could get it at any time. You can sign up for it. And you can also use it to supplement being in the workshop. So don't worry too much. I'm going to go through all of it. But before I do, I'd love to start a poll here. Where are my polls and quizzes? I'm going to launch a poll about your goodness idea or your good idea. Okay. Can everybody see that? Okay. So the question is, how clear are you about your idea? Ask yourself, what am I doing and why am I doing it? So 0 is I'm not clear. I don't know. And 5 is I totally know. And in a few sentences, I can say what I am doing and why I'm doing it. How many people do we have here today? 1, 2,
11
3.
total,
Okay.
including you, me. I don't know.
Okay. I don't think I can take the poll. 8 out of 9. Okay. One more person. Is that you, Emily? No.
I
One more
think that
person.
you and me are the hosts, so it might be
Okay.
Mona.
All right. Oh, it might be Mona.
Mhm.
Okay. All right.
Yes, me. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to do this.
Take it. Take the poll. Take the poll.
Okay.
Okay. So just the act of taking that poll told you something, right? Yeah, like just taking that action. And if I end the poll, will it show us the results? Share results. What's happening? Is that showing on the screen?
Yes.
Okay. So here's the cool news. Nobody's at 0. Nobody's like, I don't know what I'm doing. That is, I'm, I just want to shout that out that that is not something to just skip over in these times. There are so many people out there that don't know what they're doing. And so just the fact that we have nobody at 0 or number 1 means that we have people in the room who are ready to do something. And that gives me a lot of hope. Whoever said number 2, if you have between 0 and 3, you may have a better experience doing some action advising first before you jump into the public image workshop. If you had 3 to 5, the public image workshop is a perfect fit. And here's the bonus. I'm going to stop sharing. The bonus for going through the workshop is that it can help you get clearer and organized around the operations part of what you're doing. So very often when people go through the workshop, we start getting into infrastructure and strategic planning and like the idea itself. And that is a benefit of my action advising experience. We can definitely do that. But we are really going to focus on being clear so you can promote your great work. We want to get it out in the world. That's what's really key for my priority for this workshop round. I want anybody doing good work to be able to easily like shout their message from the rooftop, have confidence, have clarity, and engage people in it. I don't want you to be just, kind of like figuring it out through this process. Figuring it out can happen over in action advising. And I'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. Anybody who's been through it want to talk about how it's also helped you with your internal mechanisms or any of that? Hey, Chris Campbell, I don't know if you're willing to come off a mute and talk about how this really affected you when you've done it before.
It's so like number one, I got really clear on what I did, but then there was a system for engaging that took the me and the insecurity out, and it actually made it very powerful.
Cool. Cool. Thanks for sharing that. I'm an organizer at heart and I'm a Virgo. So it means that I've got a lot of systems that you can use and adapt and use as you choose, right? But that is one of the things that I think is a bonus of this is you could leverage this for clarity of your business plan or your project plan. Okay, I want to talk a little bit about action advising and then we'll look at specifically what that is. So I am opening up slots in my calendar to do more action advising. And in the, corporate world is called consulting. But what I want to do is help you figure out how to take a good idea, put words to it and get it moving. Oh, somebody wants to see you guys. My kitty cat has decided that he wants to join in. Here you go, dude. Hi. He's purring like crazy. He's happy to be here. So I will show you in a little bit the platform that we use for our whole curriculum of public image workshop. And in that platform, you can book one-on-one with me. And that's really about if you're trying to really work through something. Now, I do want to say that you're going to see information about our platform, our community called the Oasis, which many of you are in already. That's a free online platform. We have a forum there where we can help each other, where we can drop notes. But if you want me to come in a short time, have an hour and then have follow-ups for a month after that, weekly follow-ups, that you probably want to get into action advising. And Emily, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I know that you've often tried to help people understand, like, oh, you want Ennis to come in and do whatever she does. Could you explain that a little bit?
Yeah, I think often you're really good at creating clarity for people just from experience of managing 40 projects at a time and kind of also that always asking that question, what am I doing and why am I doing it, really helps clear away the extraneous stuff that isn't relevant from getting from A to your goal. And I think sometimes you coming in with just complete clarity and understanding of that process helps other people stay focused
Thank
on what
you.
they already know.
That's it. That's it. What they already know. It's all in there. You have it already. Even if you don't think you have your good idea yet, your goodness idea, you have it. You wouldn't be here if you didn't. So that's great. Thank you. Okay, so let's talk about the public image workshop. It is, many of you've been through it. It has the same core stuff. It's been revamped, it's been updated. It has a lot of other elements going on. The first thing is that it's a 12-week focused series. It happens every Thursday morning at 10 a.m. this time period for an hour. And we've expanded it back to 12 weeks instead of 8. We were doing 8 for a while, but it feels like people are maybe rushing through it at 8 weeks. So this is 12 weeks, 12 steps. If you're familiar with that, that seems to be a good pattern. So what's covered is what Emily was talking about, clarity and priority setting. Identity. And most of you have heard this before, but I'll just say it again, that we don't use the word brand at Social Impact Studios to talk about what that entails. Because a brand is something that is on the surface, and an identity is really coming from within. So your identity is much bigger than a brand. You are not a brand. You have an identity that is your passion, your vision, and it's all coming together. We explore that. We explore that from an internal perspective and an external. Like, how do people get what you're doing? We have a very deep dive into creative content inventory. So your messaging, your visuals, and the experience that brings it all together, those are individual workshops in this series. So you get to walk away with actual language. You get started on, like, how do I convey this visually, and how do I have all of my stuff in one place? How do I get organized? And how do I think about new and exciting and interesting ways to engage people? We talk about publicity from the long-term communication standpoint and from the thematic, social media and advertising and all of those things that might be a little bit more thematic. Community building. So I'm going to tell you right now, especially right now, it's always been the case, but especially right now and moving forward, the idea of marketing as being something that is separate from community engagement is not effective. So a lot of people think that if I just did more marketing, which basically marketing, if you think about the word market, it's you've got your wares, you're at the bazaar, you're shouting out about what you do, and people are coming to you and you're giving them something that you make in exchange for money, because that's a value system, right? But the market is a place where ideas are exchanged, where goods and services and things, and there's a lot going on. It is not something you can outsource or push off to an automation. I want to say that really loudly right now because AI is telling us that people that are promoting AI are telling us that AI can do a lot of what we need to do to be successful in our businesses and our projects. And it's not only the problems with AI being like environmentally a problem and it's dumbing us, it's taking us out of our brains. It actually isn't going to work that way. You cannot have the same robot marketing and marketing and marketing for you. What else are you going to do? You are doing something, and the reason you're doing it is because you want to engage out there and make an impact. So community building is going to be a very big part of that. And then finally, the last two sessions of our 12 weeks will be devoted to making your public image plan, your own individual roadmap. And so you can launch it and activate it and use it over and over again. I will leave time for questions at the end so we can go back. So this is all done through live workshops, but it's in an online classroom. And I'm going to show you that in a minute. It's on a platform called School, which makes it really easy to have both a community forum and a classroom and a calendar and all the things all in one place. The online classroom includes live weekly workshops at 10 o'clock on Thursdays, and they are recorded and we put them in the back end of where the curriculum lives. There are how-to videos, which are actually live right now on YouTube. Like you can see our how-to videos for the Public Image Works method at any time for free. We have a playlist that you can see, and I'll drop that a little bit later. And then we have tools that you personalize. So our tools are so like personalized. They're living tools. And we've been trying to find a lot of different methods for how to share this. And right now, Google Docs is the best way, or Word documents that you download are the best way because we want you to fill in your information. We don't want you to just have like a model that you can kind of like try to like, you know, adapt for yourself or figure out how to do it on your own. We provide you with Google Docs or downloadable Microsoft. If you don't like using Google, you can use it on your computer that you fill in. You use these documents over and over and over again for you. They're not cookie cutter. And you get to keep those forever, no matter what you're doing, because they go into your drive or they go onto your computer. We don't actually see them unless you want us to. So I'm going to go into what it costs and then kind of show you how this all works. So if you are already a paying member of the Oasis, it's included in your program. And there are two levels of being a member. There's a like $10 a month or 99 a year or $100 a month. That's more one-on-one. And that membership, and I'll talk a little bit about that, but basically what that does is it supports the other work that we do at Social Impact Studios, like have this free Oasis platform. It also supports our free weekly creative hubbub on Wednesdays, where that's a drop-in support group. I'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. But if you're already in the Oasis, or if you just want to pay to be in the Oasis for 12 weeks, the minimum duration is 12 weeks. If anybody here is involved in the Intercultural Leadership Institute, including alumni, that is also included in your program. I think Marshall, Mona, a couple people here have been in Ely. So that's available for free to Ely community. And then if you just want to go through the 12 weeks, you don't want to be involved in the Oasis, you don't want to, do anything more than that, it's a $99 flat fee for 12 weeks only. The videos and the tools that you personalize will still be available after that because they're yours. But that's kind of just to put that up front. Okay, so I want to show you the back end of how this is different, especially people who may have been through this program before. Like Hannah, it was like I think it was a 3-ring binder that you were working with before. So I'm gonna get out of this guy. How do I get out? Come on. And I'm gonna go over here. So we use a platform called School, Skool. I'm gonna drop the about in the chat. And I really am enjoying this platform. This is a way to create a community and curriculum at the same time. So you can just create a community that has a forum and other things. I'll show you what all of that is in a minute. But this is the Oasis, and the Oasis is a place for creative change makers to recharge and get inspired together. It's literally a drop in, it's kind of like a social media platform. So many people are leaving Facebook. And so Facebook groups are not a universal way to have people engaging. So this is free. Anybody can join it for free. I'm going to show you the different levels. So I'll show you some of the features of the Oasis, which, I encourage you to join and to get in on this conversation because you can also drop questions. I answer questions on the forum. There's no cost to that. Emily's on it, Mona's on it. A lot of people who've been through the program, Chris is on it. People have been through the program. It also is where you can access our creative hubbub every week on Wednesdays at 10. Then there's the monthly plan, for $10 a month, we have the public image workshop. We have the editable tools that you can use over and over again. You get to keep those. There's a live weekly workshop with experts and recordings. And then this is a membership. So we are planning throughout the year to do some special member things. We might do a virtual field trip to a museum. We've done that before. We might do a drop-in event to, I don't know, Marshall might want to have us weigh in on some sound experiment that he's doing right now. And then there's $100 a month, which is kind of like a VIP package. And these are called that because of the way school calls it. Everybody here's a VIP. Doesn't matter if you don't pay. You're here, you're part of this community. But all of those benefits are included, plus 1 hour a month with me and weekly online check-ins with me. And again, these paid memberships, they support all the other work that we do that isn't covered by our project work. So those are the options for that. And I dropped the link in the chat. If you know that you want to just join right away, you can do that now. So there are two areas that you can also unlock once you join the Oasis, which is the workshop or the one-on-one. You can do those at any time. So this one is basically you schedule on Calendly. It's like a one-off. It's like an hourly, thing. Or if you are already a VIP member, that comes as part of what you're doing. You have to work within the constructs of whatever the platform is, or you got to build your own. And I'm perfectly happy with this one. But, know that that language is very salesy. And, that's not how we talk about stuff at Social Impact Studios. But, you all know that because you're here. When you get into this community, oh, interesting. People could be tuning in here. That's nice. That's interesting. I haven't used all these features yet. We go live, but this is a forum where I drop things, but people also drop in, like, Marshall dropped in, what he's doing. People ask questions. It's a lot of me making posts and then a lot of comments after, but it is a totally open video editing question, things about what to do where, and anybody on our team can see that and help answer that. There's also a calendar where you can tap into the Creative Hubbub every week at 10 o'clock. This is completely free. It's a way to get support. I know a lot of people. Molly, you were shouting it out when you came to visit the exhibit. You want to say anything about your experience on the Creative Hubbub because you drop in occasionally, like you're not even there every week, right?
Correct. Oh, I'm definitely not there every week. I'm trying to discipline myself. I've been over the past 6 months without much on my plate. which has made me, of course, less productive. You know, busy people are more productive. But yeah, the hubbub is great. I find it great mostly to I gain inspiration from other people or I like how other people, you know, is this a is this a bottle of fingernail polish? No, that's a run stopper. And if you turn it that way, it's something else. Yeah, I like how people look at ideas from different angles, even if it's not my idea, it helps me re-examine my own ideas. And of course, I can offer my own ideas and see how people examine them. And
That's
yeah,
great.
it's very easy.
Thank you. Thank you. So, just a quick tip for people who may already be in the Oasis that anything that's on the calendar, you can add it to your own Google Calendar if you need reminders that way, if that's how you manage your calendar. All right. So, I'm gonna turn this off and just show you that the public image workshop is a consecutive set of steps that starts with the clarity that I was talking about. And then for each module that I mentioned, there's a video and there are tools. So I'm just going to go here. So you can see that there's a video. These are very short. This is under a minute. Some of them can be longer if they're taking you through a process, but you can also go get the tools into your own drive. So we walk you through how to do that and how to set it up so you can stay organized. But these tools are very easy to walk through and keep in as a touchstone for your work. This one is one of my favorites where it's like, where's that logo? What are those colors we use? What's the hex code for that pink that we use? And even different kinds of types of formats, like what do I use a JPEG for? What do I use a PNG for? All of that. So this helps you stay on track with it every week and go through the process and then access recordings and other skill building videos that I pop in there every once in a while. I think that's it. We don't really do like leaderboard competition, but if you're competitive, ooh, Hannah. Hannah's got two, is in number one right now. If you're competitive, you can go do that. All right. So that is the overview. And I want to take us back to this concept, which is really about the goodness idea and where you ranked on, are you feeling like you know what you want to be doing? You know why you're doing it. You just need to get it organized and get it out there. Or are you feeling, I need this kind of thinking, but I need it to be a little bit more. I'm still ruminating, I'm still formulating. You don't have to answer that, but I just want you to think about that while I open up for questions, examples, and I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Oops, where'd you go? There we go. All right. So does anybody have any questions? Or if you don't and you are ready to go, this does start next Thursday. So you can sign up for the Oasis. You can sign up for the workshops. Anybody who has been in the previous workshops, we are going to be asking that people pay for the cost of the workshop because we do a lot for free, and this one we can't do entirely for free. So anything that you have that you've been doing in the workshop, if you've been in a free version, you're going to need to sign up to get back into it. But you have all of your tools and all of the, oh, I wanted to show you guys, I wanted to drop the link to our YouTube playlist, which has links and access to each of the modules also. So there's a way to do it without paying, but basically the payment helps us to cover the cost. Where are we? I'm going to get that playlist for you. Full playlist. There we go. any ideas, any questions, anything that's coming up for folks? How's this sitting for you? How do you think this might help you? Yeah, Molly.
I'm so grateful for Social Impact Studios and the work that you do. And what I really appreciate about it and look forward to re-engaging on it is that it is the balance between creativity and action. We can forever say, well, what ought to happen is, well, what I, and like, talk is cheap.
Yeah.
As one of the most effective NPR, like get me to become a member. It was actually WHYY when I lived near Philly. Was talk is cheap. We all talk about what we believe in, but how many people can actually say, like, this is what I believe in, and this is what I'm getting from it and giving to it. And that's what I really appreciate about Social Impact Studios and
Thank
public image
you.
ones.
Thank you. Yeah, our theme for our 30-year anniversary was and is for the whole year, say it, see it, be it. And so we need to say it. We need to be putting words to these ideas, but it starts with the idea. Then we put words, and then we put some visuals and cool stuff to it. But then you got to do it. You got to do it. And other people have to understand it. This is what's really key about the public image workshop. This is about reaching other people. If you are trying to just convince yourself and get yourself boosted up, which I have to do still, I have to do that every morning. I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I doing it? What am I doing? Why am I doing it? Then you should do some action advising with me. If you're still trying to do that and you don't feel like you are really solid, go ahead and do some action advising with me. I promise you it will help in some way. But if you are like, no, I want to get going. I want to get this out there. The public image workshop can really get that fire under you and give you practical stuff to get it going. Anything else that anybody wants to share? Any questions?
I have a question, Ennis.
Yes, Pam.
How much do you charge for the action advising?
Oh, the action advising is $100 per block. And that is a 1 hour meeting and then a month of weekly follow-ups by email or on the forum.
And then does it typically take like, I guess it depends on the individual, but like what would be an average number of sessions that would be needed to?
I mean, sometimes it's just one, right? It's just like check in because I do, like Emily was saying, I do bring all the information into the one. Like I see it and I can be like, this is what it is, this is what you got to do. And I'm not trying to do what therapists often do and say like you're gonna need 6 months or yeah, like you're gonna if you want to do something major, it may come up in a first session, and then that may actually turn into a project instead of doing it $100 an hour or a month or whatever, and spending all that money. It's like, oh, let's spend $500 and make a plan together. Like that would come up in that first meeting.
Right.
But I'm never trying to upsell you. I'm trying to identify like what do you need to, like Molly said, get out there and do it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Sure. Any other questions or ideas? People are ready. I know Hannah's ready. Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, then we don't need to belabor the point. That's another thing is like sometimes these things can kind of be an oasis in and of themselves, but they can also turn into kind of like an escape, right? Like, ooh, I'm going to sit on Zoom and let's just look at each other. We don't need to do that. We don't need to do that. We can go and take this time. I do encourage you, you planned to be here for an hour. So I do encourage you to take that remaining 15 minutes and jot down, like, what did I hear? What resonated with me? What do I need? Because this is about you and what you want to be doing and how this helps you. It's not about just like the next bells and whistles of a program. All right. And many of you are already in the Oasis, so it'd be cool to drop your process as a post in the forum. Here's how I'm thinking about it. Here's why I want to do the workshop this year. Like, knowing more about why you want to do what you do helps us bring specifics into each workshop. So, what I'd love to ask everybody to do here is tell somebody about it that you think would benefit from it. We still do have another week to sign up for it. I think people can sign up even after the first session, but not past the second session. And that the other benefit of school is it's available 24/7. So if you're a real eager learner, you can get the whole curriculum will be there right away. So you can do your own asynchronous kind of learning, but you can also just do it along the way with me. All righty. Well, thank you so much for joining me.